Hello everyone, welcome to TTVNEWS with some latest event in Ninh province, and here are our story today. Ladies and gentlemen, in the afternoon of December 3rd, 2021, the Ninh Provincial Party Committee held the 17th conference of the Executive Committee of the Provincial Party to evaluate the result of its performances in 2021 to consider and decide on the main goals, targets, tasks, and solutions in 2022.
The Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of Provincial People's Council Ninh and Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee chaired the conference. In 2021, in the face of complicated developments of COVID-19 pandemic, the Province Party Committee focused on leading and mobilizing the whole political system and the whole people to preserve with the strategy of pandemic prevention and control, proactively, flexibly have planned to shift social activities to the new normal state, safely adapting, flexibly, effectively controlling the COVID-19 pandemic, according to Resolution number 128 of the government, and pay interest in creating conditions for enterprises to restore production and business for socio-economic development. By the end of 2021, it is expected that 8 targets will be met and exceeded. The targets planned, and the total state budget revenue is estimated at more than 10,000 billion Vietnam dong, reaching about 113% of the plan assigned by the Prime Minister, reaching about 95.3% of the plan assigned by the Provincial People's Council. And the new area rural construction has achieved positive results also, and striving by the end of the year, the total number of communes meeting new rural standards will be about 55 over 71 communes, reaching about 77.5%. In 2021 also, the whole province submitted about 1,022 party members, reaching about 102.92% of the resolution target, and with about 112 party members being removed from the party. The mass mobilization work activities of the Fatherland Front Committee and the social political organizations continue to be renewed in the content and the forms of operation. The delegates commented on the results of implementation of the targets of the resolution in 2021 and the goals, direction, and tasks in 2022. Speaking at the conclusion of the conference, Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Chairman Provincial People's Council Ninh affirmed that the Ninh must urgently take measures to overcome shortcomings in leadership and administration to promote high flow, ensure the social security. Its members of the Executive Committee should have enhanced their roles in the implementation of the resolution, the action plan of the Provincial Party Committee, and the tasks in the areas and localities in which they are in charge. In addition, it is necessary to strengthen the organizational apparatus system according to the actual requirements of each branch, fields, and areas. Continue to pay attention to strengthening the system at the grassroots level to meet the requirements of tasks in the current period. According to the General Statistics Office, the disbursement of investment capital source from state budgets was estimated at about 48.5 trillion Vietnam dong in November, up to 14.7% over the previous month. In the first 11 months of 2021, over about 367 trillion Vietnam dong, equivalent to more than $16 billion of the capital was disbursed, fulfilling about 73.8% of the yearly target. In order to speed up the disbursement of public investment capital in the remaining of the year, the Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has signed a decision to establish 6 working groups to accelerate disbursement of public investment capital in 2021 to administer agencies and localities also. The working groups headed by Deputy Prime Minister and Minister are responsible for handling obstacles related to the disbursement of public investment in 2021 in provinces and cities nationwide. Ministry or agencies which recorded disbursement rates below 60% by October the 21st. Besides, the Ministry of Land and Investment has continued to review legal regulations related to public investment and disbursement to make timely adjustments, especially those on construction, land, and resources.
Ladies and gentlemen, the year and time domestic and international interride often allow many promotion programs and stimulate demand for a company's goods and service. This is also an opportunity for businesses to resume production. But because of more than 4 months of social distances, businesses are short of working capital.
And this may make normal day-to-day operation difficult even. It can cause some of these to completely cease until sufficient cash flow can be restored. According to the Union of Business Association, the majority of enterprise respondents announced that they are not willing to expand production but only maintain the same production capacity, and simultaneously they increase the design capacity at an allowable level to compensate for the 4 months of social distancing. The businesses need capital support for continued import for production materials as well as market advantages from solutions to stimulate consumption demand that the Ministry of Industry and Trade are implementing. Businesses suppose that the government as well as financial institutions and state financial investment companies need to be flexible in lending loans. Besides the regulation that only allows loans for investment in projects and equipment for production expansion, there should be a working capital loan also. With working capital, domestic enterprises will have the chances to participate in global supply chains of foreign invested enterprises producing products, gradually regaining market share at home and abroad. And ladies and gentlemen, according to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, by November 2021, thanks to the support of ministry, competent agencies, and leading enterprises in the field of e-commerce, more than 2 million agricultural households have received digital skills training, and nearly 50,000 agricultural products are put on e-commerce platforms, and thousands of electronic transactions are made. The synchronous development of solutions associated with agricultural digital transformation has helped improve the interaction between the farmers and consumers. Although the complicated situation of COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted a number of food supply chains over the past time, the production and consumption chains of cooperative has maintained and developed stably. The revenue of the country has increased. The cooperatives in 2021 are estimated to reach about 14 billion Vietnam dong, up to 10% compared to 2020. And thus, being the backbone of economic digital transformation in agricultural sector will be one of the key factors to help the farmers, farm cooperatives, and business improve productivity, quality, optimize production, reduce costs, increase profits, and increase production efficiency. And therefore, successful digital transformation in agriculture will be an important factor for successful national digital transformations.
Vietnam has been producing hundreds of high-quality regional and national-level rural industrial products, but experts are urging intensified joint effort by state authorities, producers, and consumers to further improve the efficiency of the products' development and stem the tides of fakes and imitations.
According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, the industry promotion programs of Provincial Department of Industry and Trade have implemented practical activities to facilitate the development of notable rural industrial products. According to provincial authorities, production and trade of such rural industrial products are hampered by the manufacturer's small-scale and scattered production, low-rate technology, and financial problems, this limiting their ability to fulfill the large orders on a regular basis. Other problems are the improper investment in food safety in many rural industrial facilities and fake and counterfeit goods that significantly affect the brand and reputation of rural industrial producers. The provincial authorities need to take stronger measures to control counterfeit goods and protect consumers and genuine manufacturers in order to promote the rural industrial development.
Ladies and gentlemen, along with the utilities on the basis of national database on population, the identity card with electronic chip now also integrates many other information such as green card, vaccination, testing information, match the requirement in the prevention and control of COVID-19 pandemic.
After the period of social distancing to prevent the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ninh police has resumed the collection for applications of issuing identity cards with electronic chips for citizens of the specified days. The Ninh Provincial Police have issued identity cards with chips to about 855,000 citizens. This is the third phase that request of the Ministry of Public Security. The Ninh Provincial Public Security is drastically implementing until December the 31st and trying to get on records of citizens aged 14 and over to apply identity card with electronic chips. The Ministry of Public Security has connected with sectors and branches such as social insurance, medical examination, and treatment book system, as well as banking, and this November, integrated driver license also. Especially now, In the context of the complicated development of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ministry of Public Security has also upgraded and implemented the interoperability of vaccination management software to vaccinating the first and the second shots for all citizens, with thus managing the barcode of the ID card has all of that information integrated. According to statistics, our country with the Ministry of Public Security has about 5,400 administrative procedures under the management of ministry and branches. And every day, there are about 600,000 transactions requiring identification, and each citizen manages about 20 different identification papers. And currently, the Ministry of Public Security has issued identification number to all the permanent residents in Vietnam. Each person has 12 numbers, so those who do not have identity card with an electronic chip will later be taken as an identification number, and those who have the current identification number, it is the identity number of the citizen also. And in the process of administrative procedures with other agencies, you can carry an identity card with an electronic chip. The state agencies that are handling administrative procedures will look at the identification number and look up the national data of the population. Then we show full information of that citizen. The people do not have to go back and forth many times. And thus, for the people under 14 years of age who have not registered for identity cards, they should contact the chief of commune police, where the citizen permanently resides, to receive an identification number. And the personal identification number is the key connecting the database to have the ministry and agencies in looking up citizen information. In the identifier code fully interface information, including personal information, full name, date of birth, hometown, ethnicity, religion, nationality, marital status, place of residence, and blood type also. Because of the above benefits, the citizens in the province who are 14 years old or older should quickly go to the police station to make an identity card with an electronic chip attached before December the 33rd of 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for TTV News today. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.